The majlis will start in 2 more minutes. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Walaikum assalam.
A little bit delayed because we're waiting for our host, inshallah.
I'm here.
He's here. Asghar, Sayyid, you there?
Yep, I'm there.
All right, brother. We're just waiting for you. So we'll start the majlis, and I'll hand it over to you when you're ready, when I'm ready, yeah?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Okay, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well, inshallah.
Walaikum assalam.
I hope everybody had a really good day at school. Just a couple of days left until holidays, and where you can relax for 2 weeks. Inshallah, implement some of the lessons that you have learned during Muharram and Safar, inshallah. Arba'in is coming up as well, so hopefully you'll be able to go to your centers. If you do not go to your centers because of COVID-19, that you still learn from the online majlises that will be occurring. So a couple of reminders, continuation for some of the messages that you have learned over the last couple of days. The one that I'm really looking forward to is that when the Musayib of Imam Hussein starts, that everybody shows the etiquettes that you should have learned yesterday, which is that if you can't cry with tears, at least have a sad face, okay, and put your heads down, okay. So I'll be looking for that in the cameras, okay, and inshallah you have learned from those lessons. So today I'll be giving 2 PowerPoints, okay, and hopefully you will be able, they'll stick in your mind and become a part of your knowledge, inshallah. So let me share my screen. Let us start off with Aun and Muhammad, okay? And I'm sure everybody knows who Aun and Muhammad are because we've talked about them a couple of times during, I think what's gonna be, so you guys can see it, yeah? I think there's a bit of a problem with PowerPoint, so I'll do it through here. So again, thank you to Faria Farhan, sister, for preparing these slides. So I hope you're all ready. So who were Hazrat Aun and Hazrat Muhammad? They were 2 very young children in Karbala who gave their life away to fight for justice and truth. They were the sons of Abdullah ibn Ja'far, and Ja'far was Imam Ali's brother. And their mother was Sayyida Zainab, the famous sister of Imam Hussein that was in Karbala. So Hazrat Aun was 13 years old and Muhammad was 11 years old. Some of you are younger than that, okay? Some of you are 13 and 11. So you guys can imagine what are some of the things that children think about, okay? They think about playing. They think about having lots of fun all the time. Well, Aun and Muhammad, they were dedicated to their religion at that age. So what are some of the lessons that you can learn from this? This is what I want you to think about. Whenever you learn about someone, you need to think about what sort of lessons I can take out of their personalities. So what can you learn from these 2 young children? Bravery, dedication, not wasting our time doing other things, okay? Focus on our religion, be obedient towards our parents. These are 5 lessons that I can take out straight away. I don't even have to think about it. So let's now look at the story quickly. On the eve of Ashura, Sayyida Zainab told her sons, "My sons, tomorrow is the day of battle. Your uncle Imam Hussein's life will be in danger. It is your duty to help him in this time of difficulty in Islam." And they listened. They were ready. Before they went to go fight, they kept on seeing their father going to the battlefield back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Their uncle, okay? And they really wanted to go and help their uncle, okay? They wanted to take their stand against injustice. And what a stand they took on that day. They fought bravely together. After all, they were the grandsons of Ja'far and Ali. The blood of Hashim was running through their veins. They pushed the enemies back and killed several of them. In fact, some historians argue that Aun and Muhammad were able to break some of the legions of Yazid's army on their own. And Umar ibn Sa'd, there was a point in the battle when these 2 were out there that he was so scared, okay, that these 2 by themselves will break the barriers, that he commanded his soldiers to separate them because Aun and Muhammad were dodging and weaving, okay? They were able to kill many because they were together. Now I want you to think about this. What lesson can you learn? You're all brothers. You all have siblings. Do you take care of your brother, younger brother or older brother? Would you give your life? Would you make sure that you protect him when he's in trouble? Think about that, okay? Because these 2, they kept on going together. Unfortunately though, Umar ibn Sa'd surrounded them and they were attacked by horsemen with arrows, swords, spears and daggers from all sides. Finally, they became severely wounded, took their last breaths. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. As you know, okay, who were the sons of, they were the sons of Bibi Zainab and Hazrat Abdullah, okay, also known as Ja'far, okay. And what happened after that? Bibi Zainab was so dedicated to her brother that even though her two sons, two beloved children had died, she took out the musalla, she gave 2 rakah of thanks to Allah, and she kept on being dedicated to her brother, her imam. It was only after 2 years that when she returned to Medina that she cried for her children. That is dedication. That's Zainab for you, the true heroine of Karbala. Okay, now let's have a look at the next one, inshallah. Okay. Now this story, you know, I have a lot of respect and a lot of love for this next personality. It's Abdullah. Hopefully this works. For some reason, oh, come on. All right, let me try again. So if I go like this, inshallah. No, yes, okay. So who was Hazrat Ibn Hassan? Okay, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Hassan. He was the last martyr, okay, the last shaheed before Imam Hussein was killed. He's my hero. Okay, obviously there are so many heroes on that day. There's so many personalities that we can learn from. Okay, Abbas, Akbar, Qasim, Habib, Aun Muhammad, Hud. Okay, there's so many I can name all the other 71. But the one that stands out for me is this 11 years old, okay, Hazrat Abdullah, because by this time everybody had gone. Imam Hussein had fought so bravely, the angels came down and told Imam Hussein to stop the fight, okay. What does he do? He rushes to Imam Hussein's aid, okay. He could see that his uncle, Imam Hussein, he loved his uncle and his Imam so much that he was actually hidden from the battlefield. But then he came and held Bibi Zainab's arm and he saw his uncle fall and that his uncle was getting attacked by Yazid's army. What does he do? He lets go of the restraint and rushes, absolutely rushes to his uncle's aid. 11 years old. Okay, 11 years old. He goes straight into it, doesn't even hesitate to go and protect his Imam. Okay. As Hazrat Abdullah rushes forward from the tents, an enemy soldier who was attacking Imam Hussein with a sword. Upon seeing this, Abdullah ibn Hassan tries to save him. But that enemy soldier deals a blow from his sword, which the child receives a cut on his hand, cutting it off. Okay. Obviously, 11-year-old, he cries in agony and he says, "Oh, uncle." And he falls on the lap of Hussein, Imam Hussein. I just want you to picture this for a second. What happens here? Imam Hussein hugs him and says, "Oh, son of my brother, be patient with regard to what has befallen us and consider it as goodness. For Allah, the most exalted, will make you join your righteous ancestors." I just want you to focus on this sentence here. Be patient with regard to what has befallen us and consider it as goodness. What can you learn from that? I know, okay, because like I said, I deal with young children all the time. Some of you wake up in the morning and you've got a really, really bad mood on your face, okay? You complain about something, or something happens, you fall, or someone hurts you or says something to you that you get hurt by. You have a choice to make. Do I consider the glass to be half empty or half full? Everything that happens to you, there's goodness in it. Either Allah is trying to make you learn from something, or he's protecting you from something. There's always goodness in what happens to you. If this young boy is told by his uncle that you've just lost your hand, and as your uncle, I'm about to get killed, and even then Imam Hussein can see the positive side of it. Remember, before you get upset about anything, complain about anything, think about Abdullah ibn Hassan in his last moments. and what he was told by Imam Hussein. Thus, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Hassan is titled to be the last martyr of Karbala before Imam Hussein, and he gives his life away. And who was Abdullah? Abdullah was the son of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Okay, the beloved son. All right, now let's start the majlis. So, Sayyid, if you're there, please start, brother Asghar.
Yep, thank you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Brother Zain. I am humbled to host the majlis commemorating the sacrifices of Sayyida Zainab, her sons On and Muhammad, and Abdullah ibn Hassan. Tonight is the third night of a series of 5 majalis. To formally start the majlis, I would like to invite Sayyid Ali Zaki to recite some verses from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you for your lovely recitation. In Ziyarat al-Nahya, Imam Zaman alayhi salam has sent his blessings and prayers to those eyes and hands which mourn the shahadat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his family and companions. In another hadith, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam has said, on the day of judgment, every eye shall be filled with tears, except those who mourn the shahadat of Imam Hussein. Now I would request Ali Lakhani to pay his homage by reciting a salam.
محمد وعلى محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
وعجل فرجهم.
اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 بنت علی بچوں سے کہتی تھی بار بار بنت علی بچوں سے کہتی تھی بار بار رن کو سدھارو آن محمد یہ مان سار اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 شیر خدا کی بیٹی کہ تم دونوں شیر ہو شیر خدا کی بیٹی کہ تم دونوں شیر ہو میدان میں جاؤ فتح میں تم کچھ نہ دیر ہو اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 سمرو عمر کے سر جو اتارو تو خوش ہوں میں سمرو عمر کے سر جو اتارو تو خوش ہوں میں دشمن کو چوم چوم کے مارو تو خوش ہوں میں اے دل بران جعفر تیار الوداع 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 بے محمد وعلی محمد صلوات اللہم
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
Thank you. Very well recited. May Bibi accept your recitation. کیا خبر پھر کھلی رہیں نہ رہیں کیا خبر پھر کھلی رہیں نہ رہیں Aao aankhon se ya Hussein kahen. I would now like to invite Murtajis to recite a salam.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
जबरदा सर से चुनी मैं सदा दे यही तू नाया गजी जबरदा सर से चुनी मैं सदा दे यही तू नाया गजी आले मेरा मैं कहाँ और जिंदा मैं कहाँ ये बहन कैद हुई तू नाया गाजी जबरदा सर से चुनी मैं सदा दे दी रही तू नाया गाजी हमको पानी ना मिले तेरी खुशबू तो रहे तेरे बाजू ना कटे चाहे मशकी साचते ये मगर हो ना सका तेरे बाजू है जुदा हम पे है तश ना लबी तू नाया गाजी जबरदा सर से चुनी मैं सदा दे दी यही तू नाया गाजी सलावत अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली
MashaAllah, Murtajis. غموں کی بھیڑ یوں معتبر حسین کا غم غموں کی بھیڑ یوں معتبر حسین کا غم صدی صدی کی مسلسل خبر حسین کا غم اس ہی مراد کے صدقے جنم لیا ہم نے اس ہی مراد کے صدقے جنم لیا ہم نے کریں گا عمر ہماری بسر حسین کا غم. For the first speech, could I please welcome Sayyid AlSiraat Abbas Mohsin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let me set the scene for you. Imam Hussein is standing on the mountain all alone. Abbas is gone. Akbar is gone. Habib is gone. Qasim is gone. Our Imam is standing in front of the enemy and makes one final call. Is there anyone who will help me? When he said this, a cry was heard from Imam's tents. When he rushed back, a 6-month-old baby, Ali Asghar had replied to his father's call. Imam Hussein took Asghar to get some water. The baby was thirsty for 3 days. Just imagine. It is 40+ degrees. It is hot, and you can't drink water. Just stop for a moment. Imagine the scene. Imam Hussein standing in front of Yazid's army, asking for water when no one replied. The baby took its dry tongue out to show his stand for justice and truth. When Asghar did this, even these evil soldiers on Yazid's army started to cry. Umar ibn Saad saw this. He yelled to Hurmala, "Cut the words of Hussein." Hurmala took out the arrow. This was not a normal arrow. It was not enough to just kill Asghar, no. Hurmala took out a 3-tier arrow, an arrow used to break iron walls. Hurmala let go of the arrow. When it hit baby Asghar, he smiled at his father. Yet the angels in heaven looked at each other in shock and horror. The heavens cried, the earth shook in pain. Imam Hussein did not know what to do. He told Asghar's mother that he would get water for the baby, but Asghar returned with an arrow in his neck. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
MashaAllah, very informative speech, Sayyid. Salam karte hain Ibn Zahra. Salam karte hain Ibn Zahra. Tujhe alayhi salam sare. Tere hi shajre se musallik hain. Rasul sare, Imam sare. For the final speech of tonight, I would now invite Sayyid Jasim Haider.
Nothing. As we all know that the Karbala is full of heart-wrenching but inspiring stories of taqwa and bravery. Today, I will talk about one of the most inspirational sacrifices, the sacrifice of Bibi Zainab and her two sons, Hazrat Aun and Hazrat Muhammad. I call it inspirational because it also reflects the strong bond between a mother and her two young sons. As we all know that Hazrat Zainab is the daughter of our first Imam, Imam Ali alayhi salam. She was married to Hazrat Abdullah, the son of Imam Ali's brother, Hazrat Jafar Dayar alayhi salam. Therefore, the children of Bibi Zainab had the courage and bravery in their genes from both sides. Let me shed some light on the life of Bibi Zainab and her children before Karbala. In Medina, Bibi Zainab and her husband lived a very modest life. Despite having a decent income, much of their wealth was devoted to charity. Her husband, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Jafar, was regarded as the ocean of generosity. Friends, this reflects the taqwa of Bibi Zainab and her family, who despite being able to live a rich life, choose to live a modest life and aims to serve those in need. On the night of Ashura, Bibi Zainab said to Muhammad, Muhammad, tomorrow is the day of battle. Your uncle Imam Hussein's life will be in danger. If anything happens to your uncle Hussein and you are alive, my heart will be filled with shame, and I will not be able to face your grandmother Zara on the day of judgment. Please, my dear sons, do not let me down. Be the first one tomorrow morning to sacrifice your lives for your uncle Imam Hussein alayhi salam. When Zainab's children fought in Karbala, the two children alone, they fought with the massive army, with the courage and valor of Imam Ali. During the fight, Hazrat Zainab waited by the door. Hazrat Abbas reported their progress in the war. Noble sister, do not cry nor worry for them. Your sons have vanquished thousands more. Their strength reminds of the world of Khaybar today. Victorious they will return, the enemy they will slay. With tears in her eyes, Zainab replied, "Oh, my brother, I do not fret for them today. They may die or get trampled by the army, yet I say, if 1,000 sons I had, let them also get killed to save the son of Fatima. This price I will pay." Hazrat Zainab did not cry for her sons, but for her brother Hussein. She did not cry while leaving Karbala as prisoners. She did not cry for them in the dungeon of Yazid. She did not cry when she received her sons' heads, but she cried for them. When she went back home, she would see each and every belonging of her children and would cry. Let us all offer our pusa to Bibi Zainab and her sons and brothers. May she accept this. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajib. Very nice speech, Jazakallah Jasim. Could I now ask Muhammad Taki to recite his Noha?
Assalamu alaikum. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Farjan.
कोशिश तो बहुत की मैंने, बड़ी थी ये मश्क भी मैंने, आका हुसैन शर्मिंदा हूँ, मौला हुसैन शर्मिंदा हूँ, मौला हुसैन शर्मिंदा हूँ, आँखों से नजर नहीं आता, नाबाजू है तन पर मौला, करना था जो ना कर पाया, आका हुसैन शर्मिंदा हूँ, आका हुसैन शर्मिंदा हूँ, आंसू अश्मश खाली है, आंसू अश्मश खाली है, आंसू अश्मश खाली है, ले जाओ अलम ये मेरा, ले जाओ ये मश्क सकीना, पुराना हुआ मेरा वादा, लाशा मेरा ना ले जोना, दांतों से मश्क थामा, सीने से उसको छुपाया गया ताकि वापस आऊं, पर कुछ भी ना मैं कर पाया, पर कुछ भी ना मैं कर पाया, पर कुछ भी ना मैं कर पाया. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajib. For the second Noha, could I please ask Muhammad Raza Mehdi?
मेरे मौला या हुसैन जान, 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 मेरे मौला या हुसैन जान. मैं हूँ बंदा, तू है मौला, तू गूले कोल चलता है, मैं मुझ पे भी करना या तेरा ओ जाने ज़ारा, जाने ज़ारा, मेरे मौला या हुसैन जान, 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 मेरे मौला या हुसैन जान. When I'm your servant, you are my master, you can save me. Some disaster, help me Mola, help me Mola, in the name of Lady Zara, Mere Mola, Mere Ya Hussein Jan, Mere Mola, Ya Hussein Jan, Mere Mola, Ya Hussein Jan, मैं हूँ बंदा, तू है मौला, तू भूले को चलने का है, मुझ पे भी बोल करम जाने ज़ारा, जाने ज़ारा, मेरे मौला या हुसैन जान. सलवा
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Very nice recitation, mashallah. For the final Noha today, could I please ask Ibrahim Hassan?
الشام 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 یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میرا پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر قبر پہ شبیر کی کرتے تھے عابد بکا کرتے تھے عابد بکا ہو گئی کیا کیا جفا سنیے شہر کربلا سنیے شہر کربلا سر پہ کسی کے نہ تھی چادر یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میں پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر ایک رسن میں بندھے چھوٹے بڑوں کے گلے چھوٹے بڑوں کے گلے بر سر دربار سب اس طرح لائے گئے اس طرح لائے گئے کھوٹوں سے برساتے تھے پتھر یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میرا پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر توق سے ہرگز نہ تھا بابا میرا سر جھکا بابا میرا سر جھکا ہتھ کڑی اور بیڑی کا کوئی مجھے غم نہ تھا کوئی مجھے غم نہ تھا دیکھ نہیں جاتا تھا منظر یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میرا پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر بالی سکینہ کا غم دلی نہیں بھولتا دلی نہیں بھولتا سب کھتے شانے بندھے اس کا بندھا تھا گلا اس کا بندھا تھا گلا درد سے وہ رہتی تھی مستر یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میرا پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر جب کیا سجاد سے آنکھ کسی نے سوال آنکھ کسی نے سوال گزرا کہاں پر امام آپ کو زیادہ ملال آپ کو زیادہ ملال کہتے تھے الشام مقرر یاد جب آ جاتا ہے بابا دل میرا پھٹ جاتا ہے بابا کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر کوفے کا اور شام کا منظر صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد.
السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل العباس. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب الأرض والزمان. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وجل. Now I will ask Muhammad Hassan Naki for the recitation of Dua Faraj.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كل وليك حجة الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تشكله أنك توأ وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم صل على محمد. Thank you to everyone for participating. Back over to you, Brother Zain.
Shukriya, man. Thank you, Sayyid. Thank you so much for that wonderful hosting. And thank you for all the children who were involved today. That was brilliant. That was again beautiful. And may Allah accept this ibadat of ours. So we've got maybe like 6 minutes. I just want to maybe just talk to you guys about something very briefly. So just a quick question for all of you. I want you to think about it by yourself. I want you to picture it, okay? And I want you to then really contemplate what I'm trying to say, okay? If Imam Zamana knocked on your door today, like in 5 minutes time, okay? You're about to, you leave the majlis, okay? You log off, you inshallah put your laptop down, okay? Or your iPad or iPhone, and you're just leaving your desk and you hear a knock on the door. And it's the Imam. Who amongst all of us, and I'm also in this, okay? Put your hand on your heart and think, is my house and am I prepared for the arrival of my Imam? Think about that just for 2 minutes, just for 20 seconds, okay? So would I open the door and say, oh, Imam, it's you, assalamu alaikum, and you're really excited and you say, can you please wait 5 minutes? And you close the door and you rush, try to clean everything, hide the iPad, the Xbox, all the games, turn off Netflix, and then you go to your Imam and you open the door and the Imam is gone. He waited. Okay, who here, amongst whoever is listening, who can honestly say that I can open my door now? If the Imam knocks, I can open my door and he can enter and I'll be proud to show him my life. Who can say that? So just think about that. And this leads me to my next question. How are you preparing for the Imam's arrival? It's gonna come, okay? It's gonna come, inshallah, very soon. Inshallah, maybe next year, we will all be in Karbala, walking in Arba'in towards Imam Hussein's shrine, and Imam Zaman is at the front, inshallah. So it's very, very soon. And if children, if you look at what's happening in the world today, bad things are happening, okay? Like for example, more and more, the poorer are getting poorer, injustice is occurring against Shias, COVID-19. This is not all to say that, oh, the world is all doom and gloom, no. But as Shias of Imam Zamana, as Shias of Imam Ali, you need to think. You always need to look at everything with a bird's eye view, okay? We, as Shias, our identity is Shia Muslim Australian. That's very important. You're not like everybody else in your school. You're not like every Tom and Harry who's at school, okay? Your names are Muhammad, Jawad, Sayyid, Muhammad, Musa, Abbas, Ali, Sakina, Masuma, beautiful names. You should always have Imam Zamana at the forefront of your minds. Don't be distracted by the world, okay? How are you preparing for your Imam's arrival? Simple things you can do, implement into your life. Be obedient towards your parents. That's first and foremost. What does that mean? Is if your mother or your father asks you to do something, don't say in 2 minutes or in 5 minutes. No, you put everything down and you go and do it. When your parents go and ask you to pray, don't delay, go and pray on time. But there are other things as well. Who are your friends? Are you going to be proud that if Imam comes that you can show that these are my friends, oh Imam? Who are you meeting up with on the weekends? Are they good people? Are they good human beings? Are you kind? Are you respectful to your elders and everybody else? Do you care for others? These are the things you need to do to make sure that you're prepared, that when the Imam comes, that you're not so attached to this world that you won't be able to answer his call. Just like Hazrat Ali Asghar replied to his father's call, are you going to be able to reply to Imam's call when he comes? That is something that you need to think about. Always have Imam Zamana at the forefront of your minds. Always, when you wake up in the morning, Assalamu alaikum ya sahib al-asr wa zaman. When you put your right foot down on the ground, say Allahu Akbar. Everything you do, make sure you try to do good in this world. Have a positive impact in your community. Make people be proud of you. Make Imam Zamana proud of you, because he is somewhere on a mountain looking on the world, waiting for us, me and you, to be ready for him. That's what he's waiting for. Let us be ready for him. So he's here tomorrow. Okay, and he's here very, very soon. Okay, just some admin very quickly. You will all be receiving a tabarruk, inshallah, on the WhatsApp group. And it's the Children's Najul Balaga. Okay, if I was to tell you that is there a book out there other than the Quran that you can take and learn from, it is Najul Balaga. That is the book that you should have on when you sleep. It should be the book right next to you, the Quran and Najul Balaga. And you can learn from Imam Ali from those speeches. So please, parents, show your children that tabarruk, because it has lots of good resources and things they can learn from. With that, we end with the loudest of salawat. Allah.
Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad,
Muhammad.
Muhammad,